Recently, a new semiconductor company was established in Shenzhen, China, and will appoint a Japanese as its chief strategy officer. This news has attracted great attention because the Japanese is Yukio Sakamoto. He was once a key figure in the world's semiconductor industry and was known as the Godfather of Japanese Semiconductor. However, this legendary figure was ruined in an instant, and his decades of painstaking efforts were destroyed by others. What kind of disaster did he experience? Now that he has joined a Chinese company with a high profile, what can he bring to China? Hi! Welcome to TechTeller. Before we start today's video, please subscribe to our channel, which is the encouragement that we can create more videos. Okay, let's move on to today's topic. Yukio Sakamoto's parents are in the home appliance business, and he has been tinkering with a lot of waste electrical appliances since he was a child. After graduating from university, he set foot in the semiconductor field and joined Texas Instruments, an American semiconductor company. This industry, which was not optimistic at the time, has now become the center of high-tech industry. At that time, Texas Instruments gathered three influential figures in Asia: Morris Chang from Taiwan, who is the first Chinese employee, and later founded the world's chip foundry king TSMC. The second place is Richard Chang from Taiwan. Later, he left the United States to give up his household registration in Taiwan, and brought the backward semiconductor industry of the mainland China to the fourth place in the world. He is known as the Godfather of China's chip field. The last one is Yukio Sakamoto of Japan. Since the 1970s, he has been the one that cannot be avoided in the world's semiconductors. He worked from the bottom of the company's salesman to the vice president of Texas Instruments' Japan branch, accumulated strong funds and contacts, and later became the head of the Japanese semiconductor giant Elpida. Elpida is the only company in Japan that produces dynamic random access memory, DRAM. Under the leadership of Yukio Sakamoto, the market share overwhelmed the United States and South Korea. Once upon a time, Japan had the most glorious moment in the development of semiconductors. In 1986, Japanese products accounted for 45% of the global semiconductor market. In 1990, Japan occupied 6 of the top 10 semiconductor companies in the world. Especially in DRAM, Japan occupies 90% of the global market share. In order to limit the development of chips in Japan, the United States and Japan signed the famous Plaza Agreement. After the signing of the agreement, the yen appreciated sharply, and the domestic economic bubble expanded sharply, resulting in the long-term stagnation of Japan's overall economy. Without backup economic support, the development of high-tech chips is an empty talk. Japanese companies have not yet recovered, and the second one that directly targets chips, the US-Japan Semiconductor Agreement, came out soon. The content of this agreement is very unfair. It directly restricts the export of Japanese semiconductor companies and reduces the competitiveness of Japanese products. In addition, the United States has turned to support South Korea's Samsung and other companies. After experiencing the economic bubble and declining product competitiveness, Japanese companies still had to deal with the difficult situation of Samsung's price war. A series of rule adjustments in the United States have made Japan really overwhelmed. The market share has dropped from 90% to 20%. Japanese semiconductor companies are on the verge of collapse. Under such circumstances, Yukio Sakamoto struggled to support Elpida. He put his focus on mobile phone DRAM and chip development. I have to say that he made the most correct decision. The mobile phone market became very popular, allowing Yukio Sakamoto to break out a new path in the joint encirclement and suppression between the United States and South Korea. In just 5 years, its market share ranks among the top 3 in the world for memory chips. However, this struggle in adversity is the last ray of brilliance for Japanese semiconductors. Seeing that Japanese companies are about to make a comeback, the United States and South Korea are afraid. In 2008, when the financial crisis swept the world, Samsung launched a price war with its strong financial resources, and the price of DRAM raw materials fell to the bottom. Yukio Sakamoto ran around asking for help, but under the joint pressure of the United States and South Korea, no company dared to lend a helping hand. Even if the Japanese government invested $370 million, it still could not prevent the failure of Elpida. In 2012, Yukio Sakamoto, who could no longer bear it all, declared Elpida bankrupt. Decades of painstaking efforts came to naught, and he could only bend down and bow with tears in his eyes. Soon, Micron of the United States swallowed Elpida at a very low price and became the second largest memory chip manufacturer in the world. The United States and South Korea defeated Yukio Sakamoto. However, they probably never expected that the grievances in the semiconductor arena are not over at all. For the next 7 years, Yukio Sakamoto has been working hard to find opportunities for revenge. Many foreign companies have learned of his wishes and invited him to join. In 2019, he chose to join China Tsinghua Unigroup. At this moment, it is the most difficult moment for Chinese chips. Yukio Sakamoto's decision surprised the international industry. Although Yukio Sakamoto is a loser, he did not lose because of his personal ability, but because of external pressure. Therefore, the Chinese company appointed him as the vice president of Tsinghua Unigroup, and even set up a storage chip project for him. Yukio Sakamoto did not hide his talents at all. He imparted all his lifelong knowledge and promised that China would have the highest priority in using all new products developed. Judging from Tsinghua Unigroup's achievements in small-scale mass production of DDR4 memory sticks in 1 year, the help of Yukio Sakamoto must be behind it. His arrival undoubtedly promoted the development of China's chip industry. Unfortunately, because of the debt crisis, the chip production plan had to be shelved. He could only leave, but he did not give up the Chinese market. Not long ago, Yukio Sakamoto joined Shenzhen Suisure Technology Company, Limited as Chief Strategy Officer, which was his last stop in the semiconductor journey. This is the last job in my life, and I will do my best to contribute my strength to help Suisure achieve its strategic goals. Shenzhen Suisure is committed to the production of DRAM chips. At present, global DRAM is dominated by US and South Korean manufacturers. Among China's annual chip imports of $300 billion, memory chips account for about 1/3, including DRAM chips and NAND chips. Although China's DRAM chip has made a small breakthrough, there is still a gap of 4 generations in technology, which will be a long time. Only by concentrating talents on self-research and self-production can it be possible to narrow the gap. The field of DRAM chips is exactly what Yukio Sakamoto is best at. In the face of common opponents, only by working together can they achieve win-win cooperation. When he decided to join a Chinese company, he said, "I don't want to end my life as a loser." In the chip industry, he had no choice but to fight bravely. In addition, the ups and downs of his life also let us see clearly that compromise and concession will only lead to failure and helplessness. In the same way, the game of Chinese chips has no way out except independent research and development. Today, the Godfather of Japanese chips has joined a Chinese company, letting the world see that China is a fertile ground for investment and a place to showcase its talents. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas. Please keep following our channel and like our videos. I am Tech Teller, the person to tell you the opinions that worth spreading every day. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Your precious time with us is highly appreciated. See you.